I'm Mike Bender, Director of Instruction at the Mike Bender Golf Academy, and today I'm going to talk about a very controversial part of the golf swing, which is the transition, or what starts the downswing. You know, traditional books and teaching would tell you that the downswing starts with your legs, or it starts from the ground up. You use your body and then it's kind of trailing, and that kind of pulls the arms through. And I think there's a very big difference in what really happens and then what a golfer should really feel. It's very different. And so I'm going to talk to you about the theory of this and kind of talk about it and see what you think about what I'm going to tell you. And then part two of this it will be the drills, some drills that you can do to help your transition, to help you generate way more club head speed. Okay, so to start out, from the top of your swing to the bottom takes 1/4 of a second. So that's very little time. And I always use this analogy of a motorcycle and a four-wheel drive Jeep at a red light. The light turns green. Who's going to win that race? The motorcycle is going to win that race every time because it's lighter and it's quicker. The four-wheel drive Jeep has way more horsepower. So the analogy is my body is way stronger. My arms and hands are way quicker. If you see somebody playing ping pong, or you crack a towel, you snap a towel, you don't use your whole body to do that. You just use your arms and wrists, and it's very quick. When you see people in karate throw these punches, there's a twisting and a real snapping movement. You don't see them move their body into it and use power or force. Most golfers, and on the other hand, are trying to use their strength and their body to create this speed, as opposed to letting their arms and hands accelerate. So basically, from the top of your swing, as you get up here and you make a good backswing, you should be trying to accelerate the club head as fast as you can, or your arms and hands as fast as you can, to the ball. If I make a swing like this, and I hit golf balls like that without really using or turning my shoulders or my hips, I can hit a 7-iron 160 doing that. And then when I make a swing like this, I can hit it 170. So the rotation and the turning and the shifting of the weight gets me about 10 extra yards. Okay, so what's really happening is in the transition, the body should act as resistance, much like a sprinter. When they put their foot in the block and the gun goes off, they get a very quick start because they're pushing off of something. In the transition in a golf swing, we want our lower body stable and still, so that we can really get some acceleration with our arms and hands. Now, if you look at what's really happening, so what I feel is this. I feel my arms and hands going, but I've never seen anybody in golf do this. I've never seen anybody keep their hips stagnant. So even though I'm going to think of using my arms and hands and accelerating the club, my lower body's going to look like this. It is going to move. Okay, and it's going to move, and as my arms are coming down and the club is releasing, my body's going to turn through and it's going to blend together. So basically the golf swing is arm acceleration and body rotation, and where you want the body to rotate is once the arms get down, then that body is going to fire or turn on its speed. But in the transition, it's more of a responder and a resistor as opposed to a leader. Okay, and so many people do that, and that's what causes them to come over the top, cast the club. Sometimes the body gets out ahead and the arms get trapped behind, and then they have to flip it in the bottom end of it. So the sequence of how you bring the club down is very important. And just one last thing for consideration is if you take and this is a little detailed, so stay with me, but in a good backswing, you turn your shoulders 90 degrees and your hips 45 on average, and your arms are up here. When you come down to impact, your hands are forward, the shoulders return to basically square, and the hips are open. So if you look in a downswing, my shoulders from the top go 90 degrees to get back to impact. My shoulders are closed 45, and let's say they go 30 degrees open, that's 75 degrees of turn. And my hands are right here, and they come all the way down. So half a circle is 180. So my hands aren't all the way back here, they're about here, so they come down to impact, so they travel 160. So in a quarter of a second, the arms go 160 degrees, the shoulders 90, and the hips 75. So obviously the arms and hands have to move fastest in order to get into this proper impact position. Okay, so that's just fact. That's not an opinion. That's just what has to happen in the ratio of what things are moving. So check our drills. I can show you some drills for working on this. Check out part 2 for that.